Sit in a calm place without distractions. Relaxed shoulders, comfortable with your back straight. Whatever time you have intended to use to get to know your breath, set that much time aside. Could be 5 minutes, 30 minutes, but make sure you have that much time. And now begin. With each breath in and out, notice how it is received by the body. To notice that, allow your attention to be one of the two places. It could be either in your nostrils. Let the attention stay there in the nostrils, and when the breath comes in and goes out, notice the sensations in the nostrils. Let the attention to stay there in a sustained way as much as possible. Or you may also choose your heart area, place your palm on your heart area and pay attention to a small spot, maybe the rising and falling of the chest or anything that you notice in that part of the heart area. As you allow your attention to stay either in the nostrils or in the heart area, maybe breath 1, breath 2, and soon your attention is going to wander around. That's the nature of our mind. It's our monkey mind. You can say it's a puppy all over the place. Gently, once you notice that your mind was somewhere else, it had got lost. Once you notice that, gently saying to yourself, aha, this is my mindful moment, and bringing the attention back to the spot that you had chosen and starting to pay attention to that spot again. Sustain it as long as you are able to. Breath in, breath out, noticing. Maybe your mind will start planning for the day or for the future. Or you may remember something that you will plan to, you forgot to do, and now you are wanting to remember it. If anything like this happens, just ask your mind to set that aside. There will be a time to remember and get that thing done. There'll be time to plan things. This time is reserved for getting to know our breath, our amazing breath. So going back to the breath, setting everything else aside. Some of you may notice some negative feelings coming up, like anxiety, worry, sadness, anger, any negative experience. If that comes to you, if those feelings crowd your mind and take away your attention, then gently asking those feelings to be on the side. This is not the time, letting go of those feelings. This is not the time to get involved in that. But this is the time to pay attention to the breath, to experience calmness, and learn to concentrate on the breath. Letting go of everything else. Even if it is too much excitement and anything that is obstructing your calmness, the ability to concentrate on the breath, asking gently and with respect that feeling to be on the side. There will be time to attend to it. letting go of the burden, experiencing as much calmness as it is possible in this moment, and allowing the attention to stay on the breath in a sustained way. Now, observing without judgment. Judgment may come that this is boring, I don't want to do it. Then noticing, that's boredom, that's how it feels like. But going back to simply observing, practicing not taking the judgment seriously, not getting sucked into the judgments. You're practicing non-reactivity. What that means is whatever is coming to you in the moment, not taking any action. No judgment, but also just because you're feeling bored, not to stop. Or if you're feeling anxious, gently, with compassion, with some amount of love, asking the anxiety to stay on the side, not to stop. If the mind wants to plan, not to start planning. Or if the mind wants to go and do something else, not to do it in the moment, but to come back to the breath, since that's our intention for the time you have planned, to get to know our breath, our amazing breath. All human beings in the world and many, many animals and sentient beings are breathing in and out in this moment. What an amazing thing. It's bringing us energy to realize it and open our attention with curiosity. Calmness, relaxation. This is not a breathing exercise. No need to make the breath into something it's not. Not deep breathing or shallow or long. Just let the breath be. If it is shallow, if it wants to be shallow, notice it's shallow. If it wants to be long, notice it is long. We are learning to pay attention to the breath in its natural environment. See if it can generate calmness. You're removing the burden of any feeling or anything that you feel like you have to do or want to do. You're removing that burden. Sometimes your mind gets caught into something somebody said and what you should have said, or this is what you want to say to that person, or whatever it is. Know that this is not the time to do that. Whatever you're planning, it may or may not happen that way anyway. Our mind is tricking us into planning what we want to say to that person, but there'll be another time, more constructive time. This is not the time to get sucked into anything else but to pay attention to the breath and experiencing the calmness of not needing to do anything, just being with the breath. You're giving yourself the gift of just being with the breath, and see if that produces calmness in the body. Sustaining the attention as long as you are able to. 1 breath, 2 breaths, 3 breaths. Maybe it will go up to 5. Then the attention will go somewhere else, bringing it back, experiencing calmness, removing the burden, letting go of everything else. And now I'm going to ring the gong, and those who need to stop, they can stop. Those who have planned a certain amount of time, please keep noticing your breath and letting go of everything else, experiencing calmness, maybe even joy that comes out of calmness, as much as you want, especially as long as you have intended to do this.